Hi, my goal today is to show you in under 5 minutes how to set up your emails so that all FCPS Google emails from students no longer go to your FCPS email account, but they actually come here into Outlook, and they also go into a specific class folder. So first period students, when they email you, it won't go into your inbox, it will actually go into a specific first period folder. So it's not magic, but it is a simple rule that we need to set up to make this happen. So what we need to do first is we need to right-click on our inbox and click the option to create a new folder. And what I like to do is to have one main folder, and then I create subfolders for my classes. So I'm going to call this 000 2017-18 student emails. I like to put the zeros in so it stays at the top. Now I'm going to click on that folder and I'm going to create my subfolders. So I need to right click and click new folder, and I'm going to make a first period folder. And then I need to right click again, and you're going to end up needing to make a folder for each of your classes. So as you see here, I now have my 5 class folders. If at the start of the year I realize that I need to rename or delete a folder, I can always click on that folder, right click, and I can choose to delete it if I need to, or I can rename it to another class period if I need to. So I have all my folders set up, so now I need to set up the rule. Go here to the right hand corner, click on Rules, Manage Rules and Alerts. And I'm going to click the option to create a new rule. And this will be the default setting for what you want to do. And so you can actually just skip through reading this and click Next. It says, which conditions do you want to check? We want to focus on unchecking that first box and then checking the box that says specific words in the subject or body, and we want to focus on specific words in the sender's address. And so what words do we want to focus on? We need to set up that rule. So I'm going to click on this first link. It says, what rules in the sender's address do you want to use? And these are, oops, if I can type today. There we go. At fcpsschools.net is the first word or phrase that you want to add. And then you actually want to add the same handle with a closed bracket, that's a hard bracket, at the end, and click Add. I've noticed that these emails can come one of two ways. And so we want to click OK, because those are the details in the sender's address that we want to focus on. What words do we want to focus on in the subject or body? We need to click that link, and we need to make a special class code. This should be a complex code that your students would never come up with otherwise. And so I'm going to create one for first period and call it ENG 2017-01. For first period, I'm going to click Add and OK. So this rule is for first period, and it's going to say, okay, we have the details set up here. Where do you want to move it to? What folder? So I'm going to click here. And I want to find that first period folder. So I'm going to click on the first period folder here, click OK. Now I have my rules set up. I need to click Next. You can skip this step. We don't need to check any other boxes. We don't need to make any exceptions, so we can click Next. Only thing we need to do now is give it a name. So I'm going to call this the first period rule, and I'm going to click Finish. You can click Apply. And what you'll want to do is repeat these steps 4 more times until you have a total of 5 rules, or however many class folders you have, you need to have that many rules. So this may be a good time to pause the video and rewind to rewatch those steps to help you set up the rules 4 more times, because you do need one for each class period. I'm going to act like I already have my first, third, fourth, sixth, and seventh period rules here. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my Google email. Now what we need to do is click on the gear button and click on Settings. And you'll want to click on this option here called Forwarding. Now yours is likely disabled. you will want to click on the option to enable email forwarding. You'll want to enter your fcps.edu account, and it may send you a confirmation email to Outlook. That's okay. Just follow those steps. It may ask for a confirmation code. Just follow those steps to get that set up. It will also ask you what do you want to do with the email after it's forwarded. I can sometimes be a little weird about deleting emails, and so I've chosen the option to keep a copy in my inbox, but I want to archive it. So I'm going to click on Archive. The big thing here is to make sure that you select this option to save your changes. Okay, so now we need to test this theory. I know we're a little over 5 minutes, but it will not take but 30 more seconds. We're going to click Compose. I'm going to send this to my FCPS Schools account. I'm going to call this a test. Now here's the thing. Later, your students are going to have to add in that special class code into their signature so that every time they email you, that special class code is automatically there. And I do have a short video that you can show to the students to help them set that up. But I'm going to manually type that code now. So now the code is in there. Let's test it and see if it works. Click Send. Now what I should see here when I click on my inbox is I won't have an email here. That's a good sign. Now I need to go over to Outlook. Click OK. And what I should find is now when I click on my first period folder, I have that email. It has not only come into my inbox, but it's also come into my first period folder. If you realize that your email has not shown up in the right place, if it is still showing up here, that means there is an issue with your settings. You'll need to go back to your settings. Perhaps you need to save the changes under forwarding. If you're finding that the email is going into Outlook but not going into the right folder, then that is a problem with the rule. We need to go to Manage Rules and Alerts, see if there might be a typo or something not saved correctly, and then it should work just fine. And you are set up. I'm a little over 5 minutes, but we're all good. Let me know if you have any questions or issues with this setup. Thank you.